The following is an exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the NFL.
We got to be in tight because that's what it's going to take to get this dub today, bro. 60 minutes. 60 minutes.
Some new faces hope to bring changes to the I-85 rivalry. But Matt Ryan and the Falcons proved too much for the Panthers.
And wide open. He's going to go all the way. Zacchaeus, touchdown Falcons. Ball's out. That is a fumbled football, and the Falcons have it.
Carolina names its Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. Plus, we see which rookie's cause helps benefit Man's best friend. This plus much more. Get ready because the huddle breaks now.
This is the Carolina Panthers Television Network, and you've stepped into the huddle. Brought to you by Power Home Solar.
Welcome inside Panthers Huddle. I'm your host, Jacinda Jacobs. So like life, the only thing constant in football is change. Players get drafted, older players retire, and free agents, well, they come and go. But for the first time in 9 seasons, the Panthers have a new man running the show, and that's interim head coach Perry Fewell. In this week's Bojangles Rewind, yes, there have been a few challenges surrounding the team, but they only had one goal, and that was to come back from Atlanta with a win.
The headline, they fired Ron Rivera, most successful coach in franchise history this week. Perry Fewell takes over on an interim basis. What's the effect on the players today?
Well, I don't think we're going to see very much change at all, Chris. One area where you could see some subtle changes is on the offensive side of the ball. Scott Turner takes over the play calling for his father, Norv Turner. Let's see how he puts his spin on this offense.
Hey, Kyle, let's go now. Let's wake up. Let's go. I'm up.
So they left. Kyle Allen from the pocket, backpedaling, and he has his tight end, Ian Thomas, who plows his way forward inside the 45 of Atlanta. It's fourth down. This will be a try of 46 yards for Joey Sly. Snap is handled well. The kick is up and through. And 3-3.
Every game has little tipping point plays. And this is one. Third down and 10 in a 3-3 game. Allen to pass. In trouble. Eaten up at the 25. The Atlanta's moved the ball. Backs are in the eye. Ryan, all kinds of room and time. A rainbow archer to the near side. Drops it right into Julio Jones' arms at the 18. First down. Matt Ryan adjusts his shoulder pads. Now he's ready. Third down and 7. Little shoulder flick. Now comes to the near side. It's complete for the touchdown. Ridley made the catch. Eluded a Panther and then danced French pastry style right into the end zone cleanly. Offense has been herky-jerky today for the Panthers. 10-3 Atlanta. Here's a long pass down the left side. Bobble caught DJ Moore at the Atlanta 40. Tackled at the 38. That puts him over 1,000 yards receiving on the year. This is big right here. 1:21 to go until half. Allen turns right hands to McCaffrey up the middle. McCaffrey to the 1 and stop there. Had the end zone in focus, and then the Falcons got him down.
It'd be great to punch one in, and it's been like a season-long thing, obviously, going back to week 2, trying to pick up a yard in a goal line situation.
10-3 Atlanta. Panthers right there at the mouth of the goal line. 1.5-yard line, first down. Take to McCaffrey. Allen goes to the left. Caught for the touchdown. Left pylon, Ian Thomas. 13-10 Falcons. Critical first possession of the third quarter. Look out, backside pressure. Laces Allen, ball dislodged, huge scramble for it at the 46. Falcons have the football. First down 5 for Matt Ryan, this Atlanta Falcon offense. And here's Freeman running free off of right tackle, eluded Kuechly and scores. Falcons add 7 more after the turnover. It has not been good for the Panthers here in the second half in Atlanta. On 3rd and 20, Allen looking, all the arteries tied off, drifting, and he fires long downfield, picked off. Casey's got another one. It was 10-10 at one point late second quarter, 13-10 Falcons at the break. and then they stripe the Panthers in the second half and win by 20. With the final score from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Falcons 40 and the Panthers 20.
After the loss to the Falcons, veteran lineman Gerald McCoy apologized for the team's recent performances. So how do you right your wrong? He simply replied, beat Seattle. He's not the only player that knows now is the time to show up and leave everything on the field.
You know, it's always good to get a chance to go out and fight for your fans, especially I feel like we kind of let them down this year. I mean, of course we let ourselves down too, but, you know, for a fan base like this, you always want to go out and do your best.
I think the focus is still there. I think we've had 2 good days of practice. I thought we've done a good job in meetings this week, and hopefully we can put a couple more here at the end of the week and go out and play well.
You know, it's a lot to play for, so, you know, people will look at it like, oh, well, you're not going to playoffs. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing, man. You got 3 opportunities, finish the season.
But I think at the same time, we got to continue to stay us. And even though us isn't, you know, we haven't been the best us, fundamentally, when you do the right things, play in, play out, you know, we've been great. We've showed signs of it. But what's hurt us is being inconsistent.
I think there's a lot to still play for. You know, personal pride, obviously, you still got, you know, there's a lot of guys in this locker room that you play for too. You know, if you step out on the football field, you know, we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to this organization, and, you know, we owe it to the city and all the fans too to always give 100%, you know, no matter what the circumstances are.
Well, Coach, I feel like we've learned a lot about you.
We're just getting started on the Huddle. When we come back, we sit down with interim coach Perry Fewell. This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers television network is brought to you by Power Home Solar and in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers. Now, back to Panthers Huddle, brought to you by Power Home Solar.
As we celebrate 25 years, ask yourself this one question. Who is the Panthers' biggest rival? Would you say it's the Saints or the Falcons or maybe even the Bucks? But what about the team that we're playing this weekend, the Seattle Seahawks? And is it just me or does it feel like every time we play them, the game goes down to the wire? So let's kick it back to 2015. We're in Seattle, we're down by 3, 30 seconds left on the clock. Cam Newton found Greg Olsen for some late game heroics.
Cam Newton takes, fades back. Cam Newton throws a pass, Olsen end zone, caught, touchdown!
Yes! Olsen gets behind the secondary, yes! And this crowd is quieted. Incredible play.
It does feel like Seattle is an honorary member of the NFC South. But for interim head coach Perry Fewell, this will be the first time he faces Seattle as a Panther. So let's get to know him a little bit better in an up-close and personal one-on-one with our Caroline Can.
Well, Coach, I feel like we've learned a lot about you in your first week here at some press conferences. You're in front of the media more. We've even learned that you enjoy hot yoga. So a lot about Perry Fewell, but how has this week been for you?
It's been exciting. It's been with mixed emotion also, but I've really enjoyed having the opportunity to lead the Panther organization. I've tried to do it with pride and keep my poise while doing it, and then trying to get the team together in order to earn a victory.
Well, this isn't your first time, so is there anything that you learned back from when you were in this role with Buffalo Bills that has helped you, or to know, let's do this, let's not do this, or how to handle the media in this situation?
Oh yeah, definitely the experience helped from Buffalo. More so than anything else, just the communication with equipment staff, nutrition staff, trainers, coordinators, making sure that we're all on the same page.
Well, you're a very honest person, whether it's us talking here or talking to the media. You did say that, you know, one thing that happened last week of Thursday's practice wasn't a great practice. And you guys go to Atlanta. That's some honesty that I think a lot of fans, even players, are not used to being shared publicly. Is that a sense of accountability?
I truly believe that's accountability, and As a coach, I'm a teacher, and in order for us to get out of that situation, I have to be able to teach and explain, why we put ourselves in that situation, and then so that the players can recognize, hey, we're falling into this mode, and now we need to find a way to get out.
And if we look back at last week's game, it's not the outing that anyone wanted to see, and I know especially for you and your staff. Were you surprised by that performance?
Definitely the third quarter I was surprised. I thought that going into halftime we had just completed a 2-minute drive offensively. I felt like Scott had his rhythm, that the offense was feeling their rhythm, and then it sack, cost, fumble, and then Katie barred the door. It just didn't go well after that.
Let's talk Seahawks. Coming into town this week, a team that has had a lot of success this season. What are they doing right now that poses the biggest threat to your team?
Wow, they're playing with great confidence. And Russell Wilson, their quarterback, is a veteran that is playing at an MVP level. And their wide receivers are not like household names to everybody, but they're all playing outstanding football, and they're getting their football right.
How do you handle that team coming in here with a team that has a lot of confidence, and then you mentioned a team that feels the struggle?
I would just make a pitch to our fans that we need our fan support. Yeah. We really need our fans to come in and be truly that 12th man to try to shake these guys' confidence a little bit and give our players some boost, give them some confidence, give them some belief and hope that, hey, we can move forward and we can get this done. And I think if those elements come together, then hey, we can mount a great effort to get a victory.
Well, the Seahawks might be used to that noise when they're playing defense, but let's get that noise in Bank of America Stadium while they're on offense. Coach, we really appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Still to come on the Huddle, Panthers legend Kevin Donnelly breaks down the Seattle run game. Closed captioning for the Panthers television network is provided by Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates, helping you enjoy the sights and sounds of the NFL all season long. Now, back to Panthers Huddle, brought to you by Power Home Solar.
We are all familiar with this Seahawks team, and even though the Legion of Boom may be gone, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson are still there, and Wilson may actually be in an MVP caliber year. So let's talk about Seattle for just a second. They rank 3rd in the league in rushing, and we all know they love to pound the rock. So Panthers legend Kevin Donnelly and Panthers.com Max Henson break down the Seahawks run game.
Well, if it isn't Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks yet again.
Yet again.
Kevin, seems like we can't get rid of these guys.
No, it's like they got dual citizenship, right? They're in the NFC West and the NFC South as many times as we've seen them, and the rivalry that's built over the years.
Yeah, it's been fun. These games against Seattle have always been tough, physical, won in the trenches. So let's take a look at this run game Seattle's going to bring to Bank of America Stadium.
Yeah, it's just a nice zone play here where everyone's going to be trying to cut off, and look for double teams. So you're going to have a double team right here, take it up to that level. You're going to have a double team here, and that's on Aaron Donald. That's one of the baddest men in the NFL right here. And this is where this play breaks. He's going to start to the right and come back underneath. So watch this unfold. Really good job by that offensive line getting movement. And that's what they do. It's not anything really complicated. It's just they're physical, they attack, it's very quick hitting, and they get good positive results from it.
All right, now let's take a look at how an effective run game results in play action becoming so much more effective and the ways Seattle likes to use it.
Yeah, Max, you're really right, because they're going to do a ball fake here now to Carson that's in the backfield. They're going to set this up with the blocking up front. It's play action, let this play roll, and what you're going to see, you think it's run at first. Look at the guys coming off. Pause it there. They all kind of came off that same angle of the play we just saw, just the other direction, but now Russell's out in space, and watch, that gives him time. He can choose to run it. There, Clay Matthews closing in, so gets the ball against an easy crossing route there, and so off the play action, really no threat to sack the quarterback there. He's able to move and gets it to the player down the field. First down, Seattle.
And anytime you can get that sort of movement, things are going to be open for you downfield. You see it right there. What else does the Seattle offense like to do, building off the run?
There's wrinkles all over the place. So what you're going to see on this one is these guys, they're going to set up the block a little bit here, and it's going to look very similar to what we've seen with a run fake. But watch this play develop, because this is another little wrinkle. This isn't Russell Wilson getting out there. This is what the Panthers need to be alert for. When they see guys going, that means a screen is a real possibility. And watch this, really well set up by Russell Wilson here. The Panthers have to be open visible to see this thing and be alert for it, because that's how quick you can get a big explosive play when Seattle's on the field.
At a certain point, though, a guy playing at the level Wilson's been playing this year, he's going to be making some plays that you simply got to say, tip your cap.
What you really got to be careful for Max is the little change-up plays that they hit every now and again.
Yeah.
And I love this one, because this is 330-pound Mike Lupati, all right? He's going to come and trap on this side against this player right there. So this play develops. It's not a zone blocking scheme. Not everyone's going the same direction. Watch as it unfolds, and you're going to see how this thing is so successful. But like I said, 330. I mean, that's a freight train coming at you. Watch this thing as he gets this block. That's tough. That is tough. And that opens up a huge hole for Carson right there. So this is going to be a very, very tough challenge as they come to Bank of America. Strong running game, and the passing game that comes off of it's going to be very effective for Seattle.
I could just feel and hear the excitement coming from you talking about this run game. So much pressure on the board, even made a sound there. I've never even heard that before.
That's my train sound, and there was a guy getting ready to be moved out of the hole. I love seeing that. Let's flip it on the other side. I want to break some plays down next week of this O-line doing the same thing.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you next time.
Coming up on The Huddle, rookie Brian Burns shows love for man's best friend. This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers Television Network is brought to you by Power Home Solar and in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers.
Thomas Davis, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald. What do they all have in common? Well, they've all been past recipients of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. This award goes out to players who deliver outstanding community service off the field and excellence on the field. So every year, every team nominates one player to receive this prestigious award. And for the Carolina Panthers this year, it's none other than Cam Newton.
It's easy to see why Cam Newton has become a global superstar. Heisman Trophy winner, #1 draft pick, 2015 NFL MVP, and all-around Superman on the field. But what makes Cam, doesn't happen between the lines. Far from it. It happens in the community, in the underserved pockets of Charlotte and Atlanta. And although his athletic career is well documented, most of the time, this side of Cam happens out of the spotlight. Since 2012, the Cam Newton Foundation has centered around 3 main pillars. Everyone plays, everyone gives, and everyone learns. Together, these make up the foundation's guiding principle. Everyone matters, and they have proven it by providing to those that need it most, supplying these groups with over $5 million in financial contributions and programming, feeding over 11,000 need-based youth, and participating with over 12,000 student athletes in athletic programs. We're talking about Cam, Superman, more than a transcendent athlete, but a selfless humanitarian. Pro Bowls and accolades aside, this is the legacy that Cam will leave behind. A more deserving MVP in his society than on his 53-man roster.
Congratulations to Cam. You know, it's hard to choose just one person when your team is full of players who go above and beyond in the community. For instance, this year's My Cause, My Cleats. It's an awesome program that allows players to express their commitment to causes that are important to them. In this week's Co-Community Spotlight, rookie Brian Burns shows love to our four-legged friends.
I always loved dogs. I just hate to see dogs that's mistreated or neglected or just out in the street. So my brother brought the My Cause, My Cleats thing to my attention, and I said I just gotta do something with dogs. So we came up with the rescue, and dog's been a part of my life since I can remember. I named him Apollo because I feel like he's a handsome dog, and I feel like Apollo's a handsome name. Apollo helped me out in that transition from Florida to here just because I always got him with me. And you know, man's best friend, every time you walk in the house, he's always happy to see you no matter how your day going. Apollo don't bark too much, but he'll definitely bite you. And I could definitely see that in my game. So I don't talk a lot, but I'll get the job done. That's where me and him fit in. Being a dog owner, it requires patience. I learned that they have a short attention span, especially with new dog owners. If you have a puppy, if you catch them in the act, you can yell at them, say no, but you can't do it while it's been time over time. I really want to see Route 53 do well. I wanted to see it really help a lot of dogs out that's been neglected. So far, a lot of people have reached out to me trying to help me out, donate, or just do anything they can to help my cause. I appreciate the support, and I just want to take it as far as it can go.
Thank you so much for tuning in on behalf of Coach, Kevin, Max, Caroline, and the entire Huddle team. We'll catch you right back here next week on Inside Panthers Huddle.
You've been watching the Panthers Huddle, a copyrighted presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the NFL.